Hey everybody, I am Big Will, and this is JDubbs, and we are the Bears Bro Podcast.
No,
Dude, what are you doing?
not doing the show.
Why does this have to happen? You keep looking the wrong way.
I'm not doing the show until you introduce me by my rap stage name.
Do I have to?
I'm not doing the show
Not doing the show.
until you.
So am I doing this by myself?
No, you have to introduce me by.
All right.
my name.
I'm sorry. I am Big Will, and this is J3 Hats.
Hey everybody, I'm here. Why do they call me Three Hats?
Oh,
1, 2, 3. Now, if you couldn't figure that out, then maybe that's why
Really
you're a
think
fan
it's
of the
that?
show.
You really think it's that hard for everybody to figure that out?
I would not insult our fans. That's how we make our money.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right. So on today's episode, obviously, we're going to discuss the did the Bears get better in the offseason, the good, the bad, and so on and so forth.
I made quick little notes.
Yeah, you made some notes.
So,
But before we get started, I said for you, I had a question.
yeah, hold on. Time out. Okay. He says, I have a question for you, and you have to be prepared, but I can't tell you anything.
Exactly, because I wanted his blind reaction.
But my response was, how can I be prepared for something that I have no idea about? He's like, just trust me. And I'm like, shit.
All right. So my question for you, is it getting frustrating to you that every free agent, every trade option, the Bears are always linked to?
I fucking hate that. I cannot log on to any social media. Let me just run down, okay? Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. So-and-so is a top target destination. Bears are the most likely candidate.
Myles Garrett doesn't show up for the first day of voluntary practices, team activities, whatever. And, he's getting traded.
Jesus.
Should the Bears trade for him? Cam Jordan doesn't go back to the Saints. Should the Bears sign him? Last year, Saquon Barkley is going to hit free agency. He was supposed to be linked to the Bears, and we were going to get him. Did that happen? Nope. How did that work out?
I just
Actually 2 years ago.
I absolutely hate it, and I know it's called clickbait, and I get it. I respect it because that's what we do. You edit and you make shorts to try to get people's attention. But oh my god, every fucking person,
Dexter Lawrence. He wants to be traded. Should the Bears trade for him? It was like all over X. I still call it Twitter, but yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, I wanted to get your feeling on that because it frustrates me, especially since it creates so much hope for Bears fans, myself included. I'm guilty of it as well. Of, should we trade for this guy? What offers should we give? So on and so forth. And it was like, and we don't get him, and then we're all disappointed. Like I said, I was all about it, us going after Max Crosby. Didn't happen. So into us trading for Myles Garrett. I doubt it's going to happen because, one, do we even have enough money for that? Because everybody says the Bears don't have enough cap space. So you're going to trade for them and then have to dump extra people just to make room for them.
Yep. And you're right. I do agree with what you said because you always send me shit. Hey, I don't know. I can't understand. Where is this true? And I'm like, no, it's not. But I absolutely hate it because you get somebody's hopes up. As fans, you get somebody's hopes up. And I don't care what team you root for. It don't matter. If the Packers, like, if you're a Packers fan or you're a Cowboys fan or you're a Patriots fan, and it says Max Crosby is a top candidate to go, immediately you're like, holy shit, is this really true?
And then I have a buddy that his mindset is if it's not reported by Adam Schefter,
yep.
And I'll throw Ian Rappaport in there as well. Yep. He won't believe any of it. Like because he's an Eagles fan, and they were talking about Jalen Carter being traded. It was like everybody was speculating the Carter was going to be traded. And who was the first person listed? Oh, the Bears are going to trade for him.
Just like Mike Evans. Oh, Bears are the best landing spot.
Who was the receiver last year that everybody was saying, "Oh, he's going to get traded to Chicago," and then it didn't happen?
I have no idea, but yeah, it's just it's annoying. Every defender, every offensive player, every person, it's clickbait is what I call it. It's just to get people, because I'm just going to drop a little bit of knowledge here. Okay, pay attention. If you go to a website on Google or anything and you stay on that for 30 seconds, that website is called traffic. Okay, so they're going to get rewarded for that. So obviously you're going to click on that, you're going to start reading, and 30 seconds later, and into whatever that page is, they will get money. That's why it's called traffic.
And that's why you notice when you're looking at a website on Google and then you go on Facebook, you see numerous advertisements for either the same website or the same item. That's why I watch my questionable activity incognito.
No, right. No, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah. I mean, incognito.
I mean, nothing that's going to get me arrested, but I don't want to see it popping up on my Facebook.
But wait, do I need?
No, I'm not entering on any list because I don't do shit like that. Okay. But I know people that have gotten in trouble for that.
So there's no active warrants out for you? Because, I mean, I'm just saying, I would not do well in prison, so I mean.
There is no active warrants. I'm good. We're not going to have to cancel the show because I end up behind bars because.
This day and age, you could do it behind bars. Imagine the views, dude. Imagine the support. Dude, think about it. You're a big guy.
Free Big Will.
You do well in prison. Let's think about that. On this segment, Behind Bars with Will. Anyways, all right.
Well, if you guys feel the same way, drop a comment in the on this video. No, I'm talking about if you agree with us about how it gets frustrating about the Bears are automatically linked to every trade candidate, every free agent, just like even with draft picks, we were Ashton Genty, and
that was them.
No, that I was hoping, but we brought him in for a top 30 visit, but unfortunately we drafted that Colston Loveland kid. What we were thinking. Speaking of Colston Loveland, happy 22nd birthday out to Mr. Colston Loveland.
Happy birthday!
The next big tight end in the league.
Big tight end in the league.
Wow. I'm just saying
you really are getting the work. You really are getting prepped for prison. Anyways, okay. Listen. All
right,
let's talk. So this is your question to this is what you came up. This is your topic
about the offseason of.
You tell me.
Worse.
I made some notes. Trust me, I made some notes.
Hold on, you talk to them. My kids call them.
So listen, guys. If you really want Will to go to jail, so get more views.
Yes, I'm.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I wanted to be respectful just in case it was something.
No, so
my
daughter has like the junior prom tomorrow, and she's got to get her hair done. So I was given the job of going into the store and getting my daughter's hair so my wife can braid it. And they wanted to make sure I got the right one, which apparently I did.
Okay. So, all right.
So where were we?
No, just real quick. So when something like that happens, I was going to start making jokes, but I just didn't know if it was something important. So I'm just glad that your daughter is all good. So this was what your topic. We lost some players and we gained some players. Yes. I made some notes.
There was nothing major to talk about. There was no moves that happened. Like I said, just relate to everybody until I see Adam Schefter say the Bears and the Giants are in conversations. The Bears and the Browns are in conversation.
But that's a good lead into this because it was Thibodeau. I can't say
Kayvon Thibodeau. Yes.
Oh my God, Bears are going to trade for Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Because
we couldn't get Max Crosby, we had to divert to somebody else, and then the Giants were taking calls for Thibodeau.
Right, but in the same sentence, the Bears are going to trade Edmonds to the Giants, and I'm like, why would we trade him and then try to trade for Thibodeau? So that just goes along with every single person.
No, we should have tried that one.
But you know what? Poles is smart, but we'll get into.
Yeah, did you hear a bunch of people are saying that we fleeced the Bills with trading DJ Moore to them for a second-round pick? I mean, there's a lot of people that think we shouldn't have gotten that high of a draft pick, but how do you consider that a fleece when you give a except for 2 bad years? He's been 1,000-yard receiver in multiple locations with multiple quarterbacks, and he's getting Josh Allen.
And I'd also just like to say, in Buffalo, DJ Moore will be the number 1 wide receiver.
Unless,
some
freak of nature, Keon Coleman, who, if I still say, and my BWO brothers agree with it, that after what Terry Pagula did during that press conference, I can't see how you don't offer him as a draft day trade to replace him, because how do you repair that? We didn't want you. The previous coach did.
Yep.
He drafted you, not us.
So I'm just saying, with the right coaching staff, and anyways, maybe that's for next week's show.
For a second there, I thought you were about to do what we just criticized.
I'm just saying, with the right coaching staff, perhaps Keon Coleman could evaluate himself to that first round pick that he once was. So let's talk about some of the moves. I mean,
one thing about our previous statement. There is one guy that was supposed to be linked to the Bears that I am praying with every fiber of my being does not happen. Does not. Tyreek Hill has no business entering Hallis Hall. None.
Why? With his 14 kids? Come on.
I'm just saying.
Because
obviously it didn't work for Tua, and we're not going to have him corrupt.
No, it would never happen. But anyways, with that, I saw last week the Diggs brothers were headed to Chicago, and I'm just like,
see that one I would be okay with, because Trayvon or whatever
the defender
became a Pro Bowler and led the league in interceptions with Al Harris coaching him, and he would be back together with Al Harris. So, and putting Stephon Diggs, he could have the same effect for Caleb like he did for Drake May last year.
And for Josh Allen a couple years ago.
Only reason why I would have no problem with it. Just leave the Cardi B drama at home. So, all right.
So, back to your topic.
Yes.
Okay. So, I'll just come off with one of them. Tremaine Edmonds, which we replaced him with Devin Bush. What's your take on that? Good, bad, or what?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know enough about Devin Bush's game other than people say he's faster until I see him on the field. Because that one is Tremaine was a leader, but he got hurt a lot. He got beat a lot. So it's TBD for that one.
Okay. So my take on that is I think it's an upgrade, obviously, because Tremaine Edmonds, he's had multiple 100-tackle seasons. He did have 4 or 5 interceptions, and he was towards the end. He became what we thought he was going to be. Yes, I just did that reference. I know. But he did get beat. I mean, he is 30. He's up there.
Yeah.
He's coming off injury. I know Devin Bush is too.
And multiple injuries at that.
But, to me, it just looked like Tremaine Edmonds wasn't hungry enough. So I think, for me, it's an upgrade.
That part, I don't know how you can say that because, I mean, he played.
I know.
So you can't, I mean, like in the playoffs, he played decent, just not what we needed.
Right.
Our defense went completely the different direction. Yeah, we led the league in takeaways, but there's a big problem about that. The majority of the people with those takeaways are wearing other helmets today for practices with their new team if they show up.
Let's not go there because I'll just start what I'll be doing. Anyway, so do you think it's an upgrade so far, yes or no?
Like I said, to be determined because I've heard great things about Devin Bush, but I haven't seen enough of him to say, yes, that guy is a better replacement. Now, Jack Sanborn, adding the depth,
I like him.
And I heard a weird article that, Noah Sewell may be on the way out, which, I mean, before he got injured, was the perfect replacement for both of our middle linebackers because, I mean, TJ Edwards needs to step it up or, he may be replaced because there's some linebackers that are being talked about in this draft.
So we lost somebody who started off really hot. I cannot say his name. Alameen Zakifis. Zach Zakifis.
We'll just go with Oz.
We'll go with Oz. Okay. But we
went back to Atlanta.
But we replaced him with the Detroit wide receiver.
Khalif Raymond.
There you go, Khalif Raymond.
Because that one is an upgraded. And the reason why I say that is because not only that, but we lost Devin Duvernay. Yeah. And so you have one person replace two different people because you've got wide receiver number 3, possibly could be a good receiver if we don't draft another one. But then you've got your kick returner.
And Chicago, I don't know if you know this. If you don't, it's okay. Chicago is known for the greatest return man in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Yep.
The hell was his name?
He took the opening kickoff in the Super Bowl to the house. This guy changed.
Dennis McKinnon?
No,
not Dennis McKinnon.
No, wrong decade.
Bernard Berrien?
No, not Bernard Berrien. Great though. I liked him.
Yeah. Curtis Conway?
No. Great receiver though.
Yes, I liked Curtis Conway. Could you be talking about Devin Hester?
The one and only GOAT.
He is ridiculous.
He is ridiculous.
The one that should have been a first ballot Hall of Fame.
God, yeah.
You want to talk about, people not being first ballot? When you have arguably the greatest athlete in NFL history in Deion Sanders.
Says yes.
Saying that there is no reason whatsoever Devin Hester shouldn't have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
It blows my mind.
And you remember when the Bears drafted him, they were like, we could potentially use him for this. But then they were like, wait a minute, you're a hell of a returner. But anyways, I'm just saying, who's the guy we just got from Detroit?
Khalif Raymond.
So Khalif Raymond.
I mean, you're never going to put somebody on Hester's level, but
trying to break into the wide receiver core.
I think that was a mistake, to be honest.
Me too.
With you.
I think
Devin Hester, I understand he wanted to play wide receiver, but it was not his strong suit. No. And I think it took emphasis on what he did best because that's why our team back then, made the Super Bowl because your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator had to plan on, are we going to kick to him or not?
I mean, and we all know, we could do a whole show on Devin.
Look at Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy said he was pissed off that they kicked the ball to Devin Hester.
And McLaughlin from the Giants, when, he told him do not kick to him, and he kicked to him, and he took off by wins. So my whole point is, Devin Hester, great athlete. Like you said.
It was my first Bears jersey as an adult.
When the greatest athlete probably in our generation, Deion Sanders, says this guy should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So
for a second, I want to ask you this question. Since we mentioned greatest athlete, on a sidebar, non-Bears related, who is the better athlete ever?
Me.
Deion Sanders or Bo Jackson? And I'm talking about Bo Jackson got halted.
Hold on. But that's a tough argument because Bo Jackson got hurt.
It's fair.
Now
if you go before injury, Bo Jackson,
because Bo Jackson was
a once in a lifetime
playing for the Royals. He'd play sometimes, 1 game, 2 games, 3 games, and then he'd go and play running back. And I'm not taking anything away from Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was a defensive back. He did not tackle a lot. But so you have to give it to Deion because Bo Jackson got hurt, and you never know. Tecmo Bowl.
He is the greatest what if.
Tecmo Bowl. Bo Jackson, fucking love that game. Anyway, I love it.
It was Bo Jackson on offense and Lawrence Taylor on defense.
I love it because in Tecmo Bowl you go and you shake them off. But anyways, I really think obviously if Bo Jackson never got hurt and he went on to
the greatest football player of all time, he would have shattered Walter's record handedly. And I remember reading a thing about how he took batting practice left-handed one day and was crushing he would have been the greatest. All right, sorry, back to Bears business. Sorry.
Hold on, I gotta show you something.
And talk about salary. We could.
Okay, so back to I'm just saying. Okay, so the guy coming in, you have a chance to do something that Chicago needs. Like you said, we lost Duvernay, who in that one game against the Packers, if he did not return it that far, but I'm just saying. So I think that's definitely. I can't say it's definitely an upgrade, definitely. So here we go. This one's for you, sir.
I'm listening.
DJ Moore, we lost, but we went out and we got Kobe. Not that Kobe Bryant.
Well, can you really say? I mean, they're different positions, so can you really say on that?
Excuse me, sir. I'm going by the thing that you sent me. This is what I wrote down. You did not. These are the 6 people that you sent me, so I am doing what you asked. So,
fair enough.
Okay, so if you want to do that, okay. So, Kobe Bryant or one of the 3 people that we lost. One of the 4 people.
We'll say Byron. I would go with Kobe Bryant because 1, he's younger. 2, he's coming off a championship, and obviously he chose to come here. So that's what I'm going to go with for the 2 of them.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely an upgrade. I like Kobe. I actually had him on several fantasy teams throughout the years. Now
I think DJ Moore's replacement is already on the team, and that's Luther Burden Jr. Luther Burden the third.
So yeah, I definitely think it's definitely an upgrade. Now this is so when you said this to me, I started thinking because we've talked on a previous show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he just won a Super Bowl and he bolted. Okay, that's great. Yep. Now I had said I am a loyalty type of person.
Yes.
So we just lost people who brought us from nothing to something. So now Kobe Bryant has to step up and replace all of that shit that we just lost. Yes. Now, what happens if he has a bad season? I mean, does he say, screw it, I'm out?
I mean, I don't think you could do that because, he signed the contract.
No, right, I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, and I don't see with what he's put on tape and what he contributed to that championship run of him digressing. Because 1, he is going to a very talented coach that gets the best out of his entire secondary. Al Harris, it was a gift that we did not lose Al Harris to any defensive coordinator job. Because if you had picked him, it would have made complete sense, especially since we almost lost him to Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And that would have hurt because who witnesses what our offense does every day and stuff like that.
I have a question for you. I just thought right off the top of my head, just poof. It was like right there. It was like,
Should I be scared?
No, it was like, you take the Oreo and you dunk it in there. And anyway,
okay.
So we lost Eric Bieniemy, who is a future head coach. He should already be a head coach. Who took over his position, sir?
Studville or something.
Okay.
Came from Boston College, but used to work for the team.
So upgrade or not so? That's my question to you. I don't really know where the Oreo Duncan thing came from.
I'm going to have to go again with a TBD because the guy has done well with running backs, but also the benefit that Bieniemy had, especially like when he was the offensive coordinator in Kansas City, is that He got the best out of the running backs, but it also takes a lot of who your quarterback is.
Yep.
There was one thing that our team had that Kansas City did not have. Kansas City was Travis Kelce first, everybody else after they lost Tyreek Hill. Because Tyreek Hill was, you threw it downfield, and he outran everybody, and we have a quarterback that can do that. You can launch it up. Somebody's got speed. That's why Luther Bird's going to burn the league this year.
He might actually live up to his one tweet. Anyways, go ahead.
The fact is, those are two people in your passing game that made Clyde Edward-Helaire look good, and then he disappeared. I mean, part of that had to do with Matt Nagy taking over, and we understand how that works. That's why I feel bad for the Giants. But we have our quarterback. We have our tight end. So you could say this is true. Hopefully we still keep Komet, but
I think it would be stupid if we let him go. But that's just my.
Well, we have multiple receivers.
Yep.
Like Kansas City, even now, is still trying to figure out who the hell is going to be their wide receiver one because Rice can't stay out of trouble. Worthy, I mean, he's fast, but can he catch? He's got the John Ross syndrome. And I'm not talking about the John Ross, a.k.a. Quest.
Is Schuster still there?
I don't think so.
Thornton?
I think Tywan Thornton is, but okay.
Well, but I just got to give a quick shout out to Justin Fields, Kansas City.
Yes.
I think you're going to do okay with the right
You are going to learn how to be a quarterback.
I hope so.
Andy Reid, and if you can't, then you don't need to be a quarterback.
Yep. So
you could be in the league, just not consider switching positions.
I'm just saying this is your fourth chance, so let's hope it goes for. So we got our offense and our defense is coming slowly around. I think we're going to pick up another gem in the draft on offense. I think it's going to be a wide receiver. And I do say, no matter what, you hang on to Komet at least one more year, because I've said it on multiple shows. When your boy went down with an injury, Komet stepped up.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm just saying, we talk about how many options can Caleb Williams have? Not enough. And who was our backup tight end? Smythe? Yay. I mean, better than me. I get that. But only because he's taller. But
I still fully believe if Colston Loveland hadn't gotten hurt in that game against the Rams, that pass would have gone to him, not DJ Moore. But especially since all we needed was a first down.
But just like our running backs, it's nice to bring in Manungai. That took us 13 weeks to say his name.
We were able to figure out his name. We just can't spell it. We just have fun with
M-O, carry the Y. But I'm just saying, to me, I think Komet was there during the bad times, and he knew Loveland was the guy. He said, I'm going to do whatever. You need me to go in there and get a 3-yard catch for a first down. That's what I'm going to do. That's what we need. Keep him.
He's that veteran presence in the locker room, because one of the key things that we need to understand about this team, we talk about who's the biggest loss to the team, who's the biggest addition to the team, which I'm going to ask you in a second, because if you are wise as I think you are, your answer may be the same as mine.
Oh, I better put on a different hat.
But we have to have veterans in the locker room, because we have a youth core. That's why Case Keenum was a godsend for Caleb. Helped Caleb get to that next level, and even coaches. Ben Johnson said himself that Dennis Allen helped him, and he may not have succeeded as a head coach. And he told him, "This is what didn't work. Don't do the same thing."
Yep.
What happened? We win the North. We win the wild card game. We were one play away from having the ability to win that game.
Yep.
And maybe we'll have a Detroit resurgence of Detroit had their hiccups till they became the powerhouse, and then they made it all the way to the NFC Championship.
Absolutely.
So what fingers crossed.
What's your question?
So, I kind of alluded to it. Who would you say is the biggest loss from the team's players that we've lost, and who is the biggest addition to the team?
Oh, okay. Okay, so obviously DJ Moore can be replaced. I mean, he came up huge. We know that. There's still question, did he really quit this, that, and everything?
And before anybody crucifies us and saying that you can't replace the DJ Moore, wide receiver is a position of, there was talks that we might find another gem in the second round because I read an article, Mekhi Lemon from USC, his measurables didn't add up, so he might drop to the second round. Could be another Luther Burden situation, but continue.
That was just really weird that you said measurables. But anyways, I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah, something about his 40 and all that gobbly
I didn't know where you're going.
But his tape is amazing.
Okay, so I just want to finish with the DJ Moore played hurt. We all know the last play. Okay, so a wide receiver can be replayed. So Dahlman retiring.
That's why we share the same brain, because that was it. Because of the fact that we have no idea how much that's going to affect our offensive line. Drew Dahlman retiring was the gut punch we didn't need. And now we're hopefully Bradbury.
What you guys don't know is he asked me the question, but he was talking about my hand was up his butt and I was making him talk like a puppet. So, no, honestly, I think Dahlman because
Wouldn't it be the other way around since
you're
I made you go first?
No, you asked me the question and you answered it. So, yeah. Anyways,
you answered. I just
No, I think Caleb's rookie year, oh my God, 60, 80 sacks, whatever it was. Okay, right.
Lucas Patrick is his center.
But Lucas, the long snapper, yeah. But our offensive line and Dahlman was the highest rated center in the entire league out of, I know there's 32 teams, but sometimes, I think, and our offensive line was assembled. They came together great. I think that's the biggest hit.
Absolutely. Think about it, there's a reason why he was the first. He was signed right away, day one of free agency last year.
Yeah. So the biggest acquisition. Jamiroquai. Do you even know who that is?
I know Jamiroquai.
Okay, okay. Woo.
Virtual insanity.
Okay. Anyways, Jermaine Dupri. Anyways, what I'm saying is, I bet you everybody right now is thinking you're going to say Kobe Bryant. Nope. I think the biggest acquisition right now, I can't say that word, whatever, is Devin Bush. And I'm going to tell you why. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. Coming out of college, out of Penn State, he was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was supposed to be the next big thing. Injuries, whatever. For whatever reason, Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson and Al Harris said, this is our guy. Mm-hmm. Signed him immediately. He has big shoes to fill, and I'm going to tell you why. I say that's my catchphrase. I tell you why. Anyways, right?
Running back, run with a purpose, but we haven't had a chance to say
right. Running back, you can never, ever say you have to be the next Walter Payton because you'll never be the next Walter Payton. But let's look at the linebacker. Do we need to run them down? Bronco Nagurski. You got Mike Singletary. Dick Butkus, Urlacher, Briggs. And now, Devin Bush, you have a chance to do something. You are going to be the Mike linebacker if Edwards is not back. And for all those of you who don't know who the Mike linebacker is, they're the one with the green dot that gets all the plays. I'm just saying.
The quarterback of the defense.
So, yeah, we could have gone out and gotten Max Crosby, but if we have nobody to stop the middle, I'm just saying, to me, the biggest pickup was Devin Bush.
That's why I think 25 should be a defensive tackle. And if we get the one guy, I reached out to a buddy of mine who really knows college football about who is a defensive tackle, the Peter Wood from Clemson.
Okay.
If we get him, it could be a nightmare for offenses because, even if we trade for what's his face, Dexter Lawrence.
Right. But I mean, yeah, that's great and all, but I'm just saying, just my opinion is if Devin Bush, it's like going to Chicago to play basketball. Michael Jordan, right? There's never going to be a Michael Jordan. So no matter what, you got shoes to fill. And even though you may not be able to ever fill them, you're stepping into a role where it is prestigious. Anytime you watch any NFL films, what is one of the first things you see? Mike Singletary. And what's his?
With the eyes.
I like this kind of party, baby. I'll be here all day, baby. Right? So you're stepping into that role, and Lance Briggs should be a Hall of Famer. I'm saying Devin Bush, if he goes out and he just whoops ass like the white guy from the movie Program, the one who took steroids.
Yes.
Or because
I'll be honest with you.
I didn't say this.
See that movie in so long, I don't remember the name of the character, but I know what you're talking about.
Lattimore. Number 99.
Dude, it's been a minute. Sorry.
You know what? You're on a 30-second timeout.
Are you going to put me on the stripes and make cars go past me?
You want to?
No.
But that was taken out of the movie after a while. Anyway, that's another show. So, yeah, that's what I think. What's your take? Who's the biggest? We agreed on Dalton.
Just like amazed my mind if you really think about it. Hold on, sidebar. How many players?
I thought you said salad bar.
No, how many players the Bears have had throughout the history of their team that can be considered the greatest of all time? Yeah. Walter Payton, in the argument for greatest running back of all time. Pick a linebacker of who you want to say is the greatest of all time. Devin Hester, greatest returner of all time. And it's like they all wore the C. They all prowled Hallis Hall. All right, now back to your question.
So Devin, who's your biggest pickup?
The biggest pickup. You started to allude to it, but then you went with Bush. I gotta go with Kobe Bryant because one, it's fun the fact that we have a Kobe Bryant in Chicago. But the fact of the matter is, one of the key parts of our secondary was our safeties, because how many interceptions did Brisker tip and the corners ended up catching?
Yeah.
We lost him. How many were because Byard tipped the ball? We lost him. Yes, we still have Kyle Gordon and we still have Jalen Johnson. So it's not like losing Wright and losing CJ is going to hurt that much. But bringing in Kobe Bryant to anchor that secondary, and then if you don't get a defensive tackle and you go one of the stud safeties in the draft, has somebody to tag team with.
Yep.
So that's my biggest pick of the biggest pickup in the free agency is getting Kobe Bryant to bring championship mentality, you could say the football equivalent of the Mamba mentality, to Chicago.
Well, there's a reason why he wants either number 8 or number 24, because he patterns his life against probably the second greatest NBA player of all time, Kobe Bryant. Obviously, first is Michael Jordan. So I do like your assessment on it. That's pretty cool. I just want to say one thing. I wish we never got rid of C.J. Gardner, Minshew, Johnson, Morris.
Oh, he left, so we can't say
because our defense picked it up a notch when we signed him. But anyways, so we got 7 minutes. You had put out something about what topics would you like us to see? Obviously, we had a response from my wife, Jen. She said, do you want to talk about player salaries? Do you want to quickly do this today, or do you want to make that a show next week?
We can finish off the show with that.
Okay, because I think fucking salaries are ridiculous. They're fucking stupid. Get the fuck out of here. Everybody, fuck off. You all say that you play professional sports for the love of the game. The fuck you do. That's why everybody bolts. I'm sorry. Hold on. Who was this past year's Super Bowl MVP? Kenneth Walker.
Oh, yeah. No,
all right.
I
Kenneth
forgot.
Walker, Super Bowl MVP. What an honor. That is, not only are you a champion?
Went to Kansas City.
Why? Oh, because you got your ring and now you got
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. That's why, yes, I know Derek Jeter signed a ridiculous 3-year, $150 million. That is absurd. But he went out and he balled. He played his ass off. That's why I love Kobe Bryant. That's why I love Michael Jordan. Yes, they all.
As much as a lot of people want to hate on him because of the success he had, you can't hit on Tom Brady because Tom Brady could have been the highest paid quarterback in the league. And he decided, let's build a team because I'm not wearing the championship ring without a team.
Exactly. And I'm just saying, okay, so how many? Okay, we got like how much time? Okay, listen to this. Do you ever celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day? Oh my God. Okay. So for all of you millennials who don't know what the fuck I just said, and no, I'm not going to pull out a John Morant gun or anything, but listen, back many years ago, the New York Mets wanted to pay Bobby fucking Bonilla 1 year, $40 million. Bobby Bonilla's agent goddamn should be the president of the United fucking States.
Maybe that's who what's his face? Kirk Cousins
God.
Agent learned from because
so his agent, for all of you people who don't know what Bobby Bonilla Day is,
Agent Hall of Fame.
I know, above Boris or whatever the fuck's name. But anyway,
Scott Boras.
He said
to Drew Rosenhaus.
Yes, he said to the New York Mets, okay, no, why don't you just pay my client $40 million, $1 million for the next 40 years? And they said, fuck yeah. He played 3 seasons, and I believe one of them was injured. That motherfucker still collects $1,100,000.
We're stacking the quarters.
I'm just saying. And he's still getting it. You gonna like pixel out my face too? He's still getting that money for like another 8 fucking years.
You know why that is because baseball doesn't have a salary cap. Because could you picture if Jay Cutler was still getting paid from the Bears for how long has it been?
7-year, 143 or something like that. Okay.
I just picked the name of a player that had a big contract that was with us for a minute.
Oh my God. So
Neil Anderson still getting paid.
So my good friend Jason Wall, who is a Steelers fan, I'm not gonna hold it against him. He's also a Red Sox fan.
What?
He's not a Red Sox fan. He went out to Fenway. Anyways, listen. Every Bobby Bonilla Day, one of us will text the other one say, "Happy Bobby Bonilla Day." And this is like, so fuck contracts, whatever. And it's fucking ridiculous. And like you said, you brought up Kirk Cousins, another guarantee, like
$170 million over 5 years, but it could be essentially a 2-year deal to hold the clipboard for Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah,
because they asked an interesting question about that one. Name one quarterback Kirk Cousins has mentored. Well, I'll wait.
Applesauce.
I'm just saying. So he got
nobody.
He has passed Tom Brady. And I think the only person that can rival
Stafford.
But Stafford's won. The guy's won 1 playoff game and has made almost $400 million.
Because you are the stat guy and you know this. When Matt Nagy took the Bears job, who was the quarterback in Kansas City that followed him? What's his name? I can't think. What's his name? Anyways, that guy has less than 25 passing touchdowns, and he has made over $70 million. I don't know his name.
There's a reason you don't know his name.
But he's made $70 million. Holy fuck. I can go in and throw a little.
And it's crazy. Like people that are like career backups, they have the easiest job in the world, just like a kicker has the easiest job. No, correction, a punter. Of the fact that
you're gonna lose it, aren't you? I can just see it coming. You're gonna
in all of sports, because that's why the number one thing that frustrates me as a fan is hearing somebody say, I'm going to sit out because you will not pay me.
Yep.
You signed your name on the dotted line. You agreed to play for this much money. And then all of a sudden you start feeling yourself and saying, I want more money. I'm not going to come to work unless you pay me. You know how many times I would love to say to my job, because I don't make what I would love to be making, and say, you know what, until you pay me more, I'm not coming to work. How fast would I be on the unemployment line? And the sad thing is, pro athletes could pull that shit and get it. Ezekiel Elliott went to Cancun because he wasn't making enough money, and the Cowboys just gave him his contract. Ask the Giants, how'd that work out when you paid Daniel Jones and didn't pay Saquon? Saquon won a ring in Philly.
Damn,
but
you went there?
I went there. Wow. You know, just like everybody's now praising Lamar Jackson for showing up to voluntary minicamp. Yes, it's voluntary, but you are with a new roster.
But may I also say something, though? Let's look at Alex Rodriguez. Texas Rangers paid him a boatload of money, and then he bolted for the Yankees, who paid him a boatload of money, and he sucked in the playoffs.
Did you ever hear the fun fact about that contract that Alex Rodriguez got from the Texas Rangers?
The Seattle Mariners were paying most of it?
No. He signed a contract for $252 million.
Yeah, right.
George Bush sold the team for $250 million.
Make it make sense. So
you paying a player more if he had stayed the whole time, more than you bought the franchise for.
You know, like in baseball, and I think now in the NBA, and I think also in the NFL, there like in baseball, there's A, AAA, AA, you know, and you can call your players up. These players in minor league baseball are making $400-$500. I don't know what it is, right? And they're going out there hurt because this is how they make their money. And you get
and work to make their dream come true, because nobody dreams to be a minor league baseball player.
I mean, a pitcher can't go more than 5 innings because he's got a little blister. And there's an individual.
We got to keep this guy on a pitch count.
Yeah, and then there's this young kid in the minors that maybe has a bruised ankle, and he's out there playing. Listen, money, we all want it, right? I mean, I
can't fault somebody for
right. I guess if there's a contract in front of me for $1 million, I'm going to sign it, you know. But if you truly, truly love the game, especially with now this day and age with all the endorsements and everybody's wearing a little logo, you're making all this extra money.
Yeah, and NIL is going to hurt that.
Yep. And
because they question of whether or not Caleb should have entered the draft because he can make more money at USC staying in college. People try to get out of college to make it to the pros to make the money.
Well, that's why.
And now they can make more money in college.
That's what Angel Reese said. She says, I could just stay in college and make more money than going to the WNBA before she went. But, you know, I don't know. I think it's absurd and it's just stupid. I mean, we could do a whole nother, I think. Yeah, I'll just be quiet.
We could do a whole episode about how crazy it is for the contracts they get for the amount of time they play and all the gobbledygook. But
okay, so I'm just going to end my little rant on this. Let's say a player signs $100 million contract. Let's say for 5 years. Okay. For all of you millennials who can't do this in your head, that's $20 million a year. Okay, I think it should be in writing. Let's just say for basketball, if this is your contract, you need to average 32 points a game. You need to play all 82 games, and you need to win an award. Or you need to hold on.
Yeah, because they're talking about with the NBA with the 65 game rule.
Are you
Luka may not get an award. Wemby may not get an award. Cade Cunningham may not get an award.
Bullshit.
Which, if they're sitting, yes. If it's due to an injury, I don't agree with.
Right.
But that we can fill hole next week.
No, absolutely. You know, and they have to be within the top 3 of the highest awards, which is the MVP. If you don't do that, Why should you get that money? At your job, at my job.
You better not have the nerve to say I'm going to sit out unless you pay me more.
So at your job, okay, I'm not going to tell you what we each do. Let's just say he does it so I can say it. Let's say you work for Pepsi and you got to stock 100 vending machines. Let's say this week you only did 85, right? But that's your quota. Should you get your full paycheck because you didn't meet your quota? What would Pepsi say if you were not hitting your 100 every week? What would they say?
Because then they would question, should you work here, and for performance dialogue and all that. And, every year I got to do a performance dialogue to say, do I deserve a raise? And that frustrates me to begin with. But a pro athlete saying, you are making an obscene amount of money to play a game, and you have the nerve to say, I'm not going to come to work unless you pay me more.
Yep. And even though that this guy didn't, I know my wife Jen is watching. Peyton Manning, who has probably 4,700 endorsements, because every new commercial comes out a fucking week.
Same thing about Shaq.
I'm just saying, money is just fucking ridiculous. And you know what? Hey, I'm not doing next week's show until I get more money.
Good luck. Go talk to HR.
You're still not getting paid. Fuck. Oh, well, maybe you guys got to brandish your gun.
I do this because I enjoy doing this.
Just brandish your gun.
All right. Don't forget, Big Fork. Forgot to talk about
Big Fork Brands. We did it last week. Listen, it's a great company. You can get meat sticks, you can get little smokies, you can get all these awesome sauces, which are like a relish. It goes great on your sausages, it goes great on your burgers, it goes great on your hot dogs, and it's a great dip. Use promo code
BBROS with a Z 20.
You'll get 20% off your order. We will make a small commission, which helps us go in my pocket, so because he doesn't get nothing.
Yeah, because I'm still.
But yet you see he's wearing the bling, and I'm not.
Excuse me, I got the flavor.
But just go. You're going to include the link in the.
Yes.
Go to it. Make sure you put in BBROS20, so you get the 20%. So it's great stuff. It's the jalapeno stuff got him. I was laughing. If you watched last week's show, when we started the little skit, I'm dying laughing over him. But anyways, it's great. You cannot go wrong with Big Fork Brands.
Yep, but also don't forget to hit the likes, the shares, the gobbledygoos, the boo-dee-doos. Tell your friends about us, dude. I mean, I'm still thrown off about J3 hats. So
you said I couldn't talk about brandishing a gun, so I had to.
Gosh damn! What the? Well, it was nice knowing y'all. So once again,
next week from jail.
Once again, I am Big Will.
I am somebody. I don't know. I'm JDubbs.
We are the Bears Bro Podcast. Bear down for life.
Oh,
killing me, small.